If you're finding us for the very first time on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. For anywhere in between, please follow us on Instagram and Twitter at BeFreeNC to stay up to date from Chastity with Be Free Nature Center's gardening tips and tricks. Gardening made simple. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about onions. Who doesn't love a nice onion over, I don't know, a salad, sauteed onions in stir fry? I mean, I eat onions about every day. I made them in 2 dishes today. I made some baked beans, sauteed some onion and pepper with it. I also made a tater tot casserole, and I put half an onion in there. So today it's all about onions. Here in the northern area of where we sit, which would be just northern Iowa, we really want to get our onions going in February. It's the end of February right now. They take about 120 days to harvest. So that's 4 months, which means we got to get going on these babies. So your long day variety is good in the northern areas. That'll have more than 12 hours of sun. And then your short day variety is less than 12 hours, and that'll be areas that are found in the south, where there's just shorter days with sun. So from here, what's super important is the amount of onion foliage, which is why those 2 varieties really matter. Your bulb development will kind of manufacture the food by that foliage, right? So in order for the bulb to grow nice and healthy, which is what we want to see, it needs to get the appropriate amount of sunlight. So we're going to sow these again 8 to 10 weeks before we intend to put them in the ground, and that's what we're doing today. And after about 5 to 7 days, we'll go ahead and put them in the greenhouse. We'll be sowing them in just milk jugs, easy enough. You can also do it in a tray, just something that gets a little bit of moisture. You'll want that greenhouse to be at the 55 to 65 degree Fahrenheit temperature. Anything above that, so anything above 65 degrees, you just really run a high risk of spindling. And what that means is you have a lot of shoots that just sprout up and they're competing for sunlight. And then there's not enough effort that's spent in the roots, and you may not have as much seedlings that actually took. So you'll really want to make sure to have them in that perfect environment so that they can succeed. Another thing that you'll want to think about is to make sure that they are no more than 4 to 6 inches underneath the light, right? So you want them, like I have, this is an example, cheesy, but I take a measuring tape and I quite literally just make sure that my tray is between that 4 to 6 inch window. You don't want to burn your plants, but you also need to give them a chance and mimic that sunlight that they would get. All right, so I think we should get started. Let's get to sowing and see what we can come up with. Okay, now that we have everything sowed, it's time to just wait and see in the next 5 to 7 days. Let them germinate a little bit, and then we'll move them to the greenhouse in the 55 to 65 degree temperature that they need with that fluorescent light. And again, it's the 4 to 6 inches under. So you got your seedlings here, and then you've got this, the light's right up here, right? So after that, we're going to just hold tight for 2 to 3 weeks and see how the germination took. And then we'll probably need to thin them out and figure out if what we did actually worked. So thank you for staying tuned with us, and until the next time.